89.9 Jazz and more. Almost time for our jazz lunch. So stick around. We've got a tasty guest and some tasty tunes coming your way. This is a listener-supported service of the University of Central Florida, WUCF FM, Orlando.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Lack.
Something else for a living, but have always loved jazz. I've always loved playing and needed that outlet, still wanted that in their lives. So we get together on Sunday afternoons, we rehearse for a little bit, and they're performing a concert full of the greatest jazz and funk and rock and pop tunes that have been featured in films over the years. So it's a really good time.
Wow, that is a big band. It's not just a big band. Yeah. It's a super big band.
We've toyed around with calling ourselves an excessively large band. Like, I'm not sure there's going to be a name for it at some point. But
ridiculously large big band. Oh, wow. Well, I have seen your show before, the cartoon music.
Yeah, we did a jazz and animation concert last year. And we're really into the idea of theming these concerts, making sure that no matter how much jazz you've heard in your life, no matter what your comfort level is with getting out to a live performance, that there's going to be something to draw everyone in a way. And that sort of kind of theming really helps an audience feel comfortable.
Yeah. Well, I agree. You sent me a list of songs, and we have a lot of music. I've got almost 30,000 songs on the computer right now. We have over 100,000 songs in our library over there, and you managed to send a few that we didn't have, or at least I didn't have that version of it. So congrats to you on that.
I will take that as a badge of honor. I did not expect to get the deep cut award for today, so that's good.
Deep cut. Now, these are songs people will recognize because they were hits from the box office.
Absolutely. They were tied to either a famous film. Think Gonna Fly Now from Rocky, iconically attached to Rocky, but Maynard Ferguson's band recorded it and took it to a whole nother place with that jazz feel. Live and Let Die, Paul McCartney wrote it for a James Bond film, but then when Stan Kenton's band took it and turned it into really a new level of a masterpiece. So you'll recognize them, but we still get to present them in a really dynamic way.
Yeah. All right. So opening night is April 18th, next Thursday, and these shows are in the Pew Theater.
Absolutely. The Pew Theater at the Dr. Phillips Center. It seats about 280, 290 people, so it's an intimate room. Every seat's great. The sound is great in that space. And with a band our size, not only do you hear this music, but you will feel it. It is going to be a really energetic experience. 4 performances. We got 4 shows this weekend, Thursday night, Friday night, and then 2 shows on Saturday, a matinee and an evening show on Saturday.
We are giving away, for everyone that donates today, your name will be entered into a drawing for a pair of tickets to this show. But if you want to make sure you get your tickets, you can visit our website at WUCF.org and click on the FM Thank You Gifts, and you can make a donation. And we will send you 1 or 2 or 5 or as many tickets as you need. You can also, of course, visit the Dr. Phillips website, I believe, and purchase tickets.
You can also check out our website, cfcarts.com. Stands for Central Florida Community Arts. cfcarts.com/events is where all of our programming lives. You can get tickets to this and see what else your friends and family here in Central Florida are up to as well.
Yeah. Well, you guys are so creative and cool. So let's play a little bit of music. Here's a tune that you will hear in the show. It's Caravan, and while you're listening, please make a contribution to support 89.9 by calling 407-823-6400 or donate online at WUCF.org. $89.9, the Jazz Lunch, listening to music from the upcoming CFC Arts show, big hits from the box office. We have the director, the artistic director, VP of Member and Patron Experience, Justin Muchoney, in the studio with us. Yeah, Caravan.
Yeah, Caravan, great. I mean, obviously, it's a standard. It's a classic. It's incredible. It's showing up in this concert, Big Hits from the Box Office, because it's prominently featured in one of my favorite movies about a jazz experience, the movie Whiplash, where J.K. Simmons plays the very oppressive music director in a prestigious college jazz environment. And that tune has stood the test of time as like it's a measuring stick for a drummer in the movie, but just really for a musician in general. When you could get to a level that you're performing Caravan, you knew you'd made it.
Tell us how you worked this all-volunteer group of 50 musicians into shape to play something like that.
So the first step in that process is, I don't know if everybody locally realizes, Orlando is ridiculously talented. The number of people here who can do so many things at such a high level is amazing. So we're blessed with musicians from all walks of life, students, teachers, doctors, lawyers, etc., who have always had music as a part of their life and been looking for an outlet. So they show up. We rehearse. We only rehearse for about an hour and a half once a week, and we have a really good time together when we're there. Our primary objective is make sure that everybody feels a sense of belonging. We believe Orlando is a great place to live, and you should have as many reasons to love calling Orlando home as possible. WUCF is one of those reasons. It's great to call Orlando home, and hopefully so is CFC Arts for a lot of people. So we make the environment as safe and as fun, as encouraging as possible, and once you let people feel good about themselves, really cool things can happen. And that happens across most of our programming. And here we just kind of turn their talent loose. We'll spend a few months working on each concert, so we don't, we only perform 2 or 3 major shows a year to make sure that we're really ready. But they have tackled this concert is high energy, high tempo, high difficulty, but this band is playing great. And if you come to this concert, and boy, we hope you make a donation today and pick up tickets to come to the concert, it is going to blow your mind how talented the people who call Orlando home really are.
Do you have understudies? I mean, what happens if your one drummer breaks his foot? God forbid.
Thanks for putting that out there.
Something happens. That's gets lost on the way to the performance.
It's one of the benefits of having as many musicians as we do. So in our model, we don't audition and we don't turn anyone away. I was not put here to tell a fellow musician whether they're good enough or not. If you want to play, that's all I need. Show up, join in. So we are 2 or 3 chairs, 2 or 3 people deep, kind of on every book. So we have depth built in. We have kind of strength in numbers built in that gives everybody a little bit more confidence. And then we've got some folks in the band who can do several different things. One of our best trumpet players also plays drums. One of another, our best fourth also sits in on keys every once in a while. There's a neat kind of rotation that can happen to make sure that we're always covered. But they're really very dedicated. Jazz music in general, but jazz especially, has a way of doing that. When you have a passion like jazz, it's probably a pretty high passion for you. Do you know what I mean? You show up. So it's really an incredible group. And if you get a chance to be in the room with us, not only will you be blown away by the talent on stage, how good the music is, how great the band sounds, but that genuine joy, that genuine sense of community. You're going to be so proud to sit there and go, I know these people. Person. I know them. They're just like me. They live here in Orlando, and they happen to do this on the side as well. It's a really uplifting experience.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so what we're talking about, big hits from the box office. That's the upcoming show from CFC Arts. It opens next Thursday, April 18th. It also shows on Friday night, Saturday, and twice on Sunday, the 20th, at the Dr. Phillips Center in the Pew Theater, which is a beautiful, intimate theater. And we've got your ticket. For your $45 donation, we can send you to that show. And it's a special price because it's our 45th anniversary.
Which is exciting. And I would love to just jump in there. I don't know how many people listening know me, but it is also my 45th anniversary of being here. Not here specifically.
So you're a 1979 baby.
I am. I was born in 1979. I'll be turning 45 this year, just like WUCF. Station. So I feel like everybody should like over lunch today be like, this is awesome. Instead of $45 for WUCF, let's just double it. 45 for WCF, 45 to celebrate my birthday. This is very selfish on air. Saying send money to WCF in honor of this random guy you haven't met yet's birthday. It seems great.
Well, let me tell you, go see this show. You're one of the most entertaining parts of the show because he comes out on stage and you're dancing around. You have some crazy tennis shoes on, usually.
Usually, that is correct.
You're so much fun to watch. I had a great time at your show last year.
I so appreciate that. The entire experience is meant to be really high energy and really welcoming. We know that jazz in general can be intimidating sometimes. It can be a language that not everybody knows how to engage with or how to speak. So our goal is to be that place that if you're the jazz lover in your family and you haven't yet convinced everyone else to get on that particular bus, this concert is the one that will get them to go, oh, that's actually really fun.
Yeah.
I want to hear more. So we try to make sure that everyone can come in, and if it's the tennis shoes, if it's the energy, if it's the music, whatever it is that makes somebody feel really comfortable in the room, we want to do it.
All right. Well, let's hear another taste of what you will experience at CFC Arts Big Hits from the Box Office next week. And if you want to pick up your ticket or if you just want to make a donation to 89.9 to keep this great music coming your way, the number to dial is 407-823-6400. You can also donate online at WUCF.org. And here is a big one from a James Bond movie, and it's the Stan Kenton Orchestra with Live and Let Die. 89.9, it's the Jazz Lunch, halfway through our meal, but we've got a couple more servings to send your way, and I'm very pleased to have Justin Muchoney of CFC Arts in the studio with me today.
It is my pleasure.
Yeah, you have so many great stories about the music, about the band. It is so inspiring to hear about your group and the fact that it's an all-volunteer organization. The fact that you bring these players along who might be doing other things in their normal day-to-day lives, and you bring them up to the level of performing artists that can take the stage at a place like the Dr. Phillips Center and deliver a concert like this.
Absolutely, and deliver is the right word for it. They really can deliver. They play incredibly well, and oftentimes that's just what happens when you give people a chance. You know, people deserve an opportunity, and jazz is one of those genres that ever since its beginning was kind of that place where people who were often told they don't belong or that this isn't for you or got their first opportunity, their first chance. So it's pretty fitting that in this big band, we're the place we're not going to turn you away. Come on in, regardless of your experience level, your background, how long it's been since you've played. Come on in. Now, I will say that the talent still is incredible.
Yeah.
The amateur musicians in this community are amazing. We have folks who have their doctorates and their master's degrees in music or in jazz performance, performing right alongside college students or somebody who's a physical therapist for a living and gets their sax out once a week because they're pretty busy the rest of the time. But you put all of that together in the room with the right culture and some pretty cool things happen.
Okay, so CFC Arts, their big show, Big Hits from the Box Office, starts next Thursday, April 18th. It runs Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and 2 shows on Sunday at the Dr. Phillips Center, the Pew Theater. And you can get your ticket by making a donation to this public broadcast entity. Visit WUCF.org or call 407-823-6400, and we will thank you when you do that. And you will thank yourself if you get tickets to this show and go see it.
We're so excited to be able to partner with WCF. The shows will sell. They will sell out. These rooms are going to be really full of people who can't wait to hear this music. And to be able to get your tickets today by giving to WCF is just a great opportunity to get in. We're so glad to be a part of that. So get them today.
Yes, get them today because what's the Pew is, like we say, intimate. It's not a... How many seats?
About 280.
280.
Yeah, about 280. So it's a great room for jazz, though. And a band this size and a room like that, it's a really cool experience. You're gonna feel it in your bones. You're gonna want to be in that room.
Yeah.
And being able to just make a donation today to WCF and get yourself in the room with us this weekend or next weekend is a really cool chance. Don't pass that up.
Well, it's such a cool organization. Tell us how Central Florida Community Arts started. What was the idea and the inspiration behind this?
It really stemmed, we go back almost 15 years now, 14-ish years, and it really stemmed from a group of people who had kind of found themselves in Central Florida looking around and going, there's a lot of talent here. There's a lot of people who move here else and don't have those deep roots yet. It was perceived to be a transient area based on the tourism industry and those kinds of things. Wanted to give people a reason to belong, a place to belong, a place to call home. So there were a group of us that were working at Disney at the time, realizing we'd met a lot of talented people that just didn't have a place to go sing. So it started with a choir. We thought a few people get together once a week. We'll start a choir, see what happens. And then it just expanded rapidly from there. We now have the largest community choir in the country. We've got over 300 singers that meet every week to perform, to rehearse and perform with us. We have the largest community orchestra in the entire country right here in Orlando. We've got a concert with the orchestra coming up in May with over 280 orchestra musicians on stage. This great big band we're talking about, a youth theater that sees over 150 students every semester, and then some really cool programming at the intersection of arts and health, arts and wellness. We have a theater troupe for adults 55 and up who need a chance to use the arts to stay vibrant and active in their senior years. We have a theater troupe for young adults with Down syndrome and autism and other exceptionalities for using the arts to build community, to give people a sense of home is really kind of has been its purpose the whole time. And we've really been so fortunate to keep growing right here in Orlando.
Yeah. Oh, that is so cool. All right. CFC Arts, big hits from the box office. You can get your ticket for a $45 donation to WUCF, celebrating our 45th anniversary. And so we've got a special thank you gift level that you can receive your ticket. Visit WUCF.org, make your donation, or you can call our donate line at 407-823-6400. And I'm going to play some more music that you'll hear in this upcoming show. And you gave me a list of stuff, and I love Michael Bublé. I got to see him a couple years ago when he came. An amazing show.
Absolutely.
He does this tune, It Had Better Be Tonight. What movie was that in?
Believe it or not, Henry Mancini wrote it originally for the Pink Panther. Back in the day. It's a Henry Mancini chart originally. Henry Mancini, famous jazz musician, film composer, composed the music for the Pink Panther. Everyone knows the main Pink Panther theme and sometimes forgets that this song is actually first performed in the Pink Panther. Okay, let's take a listen as you make your contribution to WUCF at 407-823-6400 or online at WUCF.org. All right. Oh, goodness. 89.9, the Jazz Lunch with our special guest from CFC Arts, Justin Muchoney. Tell us about that tune and that your band is going to be playing at your show that opens next Thursday. That is an exact chart that you're going to hear next Thursday, Friday, or Saturday at Big Hits from the Box Office with CFC Arts at the Dr. Phillips Center. So it's it's part of the theme, is not just pop, rock, jazz, funk that's been used in films, but songs from films that jazz artists have been able to reinterpret. And that one, the Elliot Deutsch Big Band, when he wrote a chart, an arrangement of Pure Imagination from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, that's just, it's whimsical, it's cool, it's infused with jazz, and it takes that feeling to a whole different level. And I love when jazz artists can come along and sort of reinterpret something that's already been in the popular conscious and make it unexpected, make it fresh. So that's one of the many kind of songs from movies that you're going to hear reinterpreted at this concert in a way that I promise everyone who shows up is going to really love what this band is doing with this music. Oh, yeah. Big Hits from the Box Office is what you're hearing about. This is from CFC Arts, and they're an all-volunteer organization. This is going to be a 50-piece big band. It's a ridiculously large big band. It is. It is. We will come up with a much bigger title for the band instead of just big band. Ridiculously large or excessively large or crazy large. Yeah, we'll take suggestions. After you make your $45 donation, send in an adjective that would work for the band. There you go. There you go. You could name the ridiculously large big band. There you go. So we are giving away tickets to this as a thank you gift for your contribution to this public radio station. That's what we're
here for today and this week. It's our spring fund drive, and we are raising dollars to keep this station coming your way, whether you're listening locally on your radio or whether you're listening on your online connection, wherever you are in the world. We certainly thank you. 407-823-6400 is the number to dial to make your contribution, and you can donate. And for your $45 donation, you can pick up a ticket to this upcoming show. You're going to love it. I had the best time last year at your cartoon big band show. This is going to be just as cool, and it's in a more intimate theater with the Pew Theater in the Dr. Phillips Center downtown. So WUCF.org. Also, you can make your donation online there. You sent me a crazy song list, and I was so excited of songs that you're going to be doing. And these are jazz tunes that you'll recognize from seeing these movies. Mm-hmm. And we've got another one, and you need to say it. I'm not going to try to say this.
All right. So, do I need to explain it or just say it?
Explain it.
Okay.
Explain it first, then say it.
Classical music fans, classic film fans would know that a piece of music called "Also Sprach Zarathustra"
that's very
is
good.
used in the 2001 Space Odyssey.
That's right.
Bum, bum, ba-dum. Yes,
yeah.
Everyone will recognize that. Well, the Stan Kenton Band came along and said, "What if?" Yes, Zarathustra, but what if funk Zarathustra? What if we made this different? And so he titled the track 2002 Zarathustra Revisited. And it is just a reinterpretation of that famous classical theme that was used in 2001 A Space Odyssey. Ironically, a semi-funk jazz version of this also snuck its way into the Barbie movie last summer at one point in the film as well. So it shows up a lot. It's a famous classical motif that shows up a lot, but the Stan Kenton kind of funk Zarathustra Revisited is so much fun, and it's absolutely worth checking out. And it's a great way, again, that a jazz artist can take something and reinvent it so that it tells a whole new story.
All right. Take a listen, and while you're listening, please go to your phone, make a donation. Big thank you to Diane over in the Villages for her donation to keep jazz alive and on this station. 407-823-6400 or online at WUCF.org as we listen to more music that you'll hear from CFC Arts in their concert.
Ensemble. Tickets at dtojazzfest.org.
89.9, the Jazz Lunch. Just enough time for a quick dessert serving with our guest, Justin Muchoney of CFCArts.com. Debuting their big show, Big Hits from the Box Office, next Thursday, April 18th at the Pew Theater at Dr. Phillips Center downtown.
Absolutely. Four performances, just 4 chances to see the biggest, excessively large big band in town playing incredible music from your favorite movies. It is jazz in its most enthusiastic and accessible format. Thursday the 18th, Friday the 19th, and 2 shows on Saturday the 20th. Make sure you check it out. You can make a donation today, right, to
That's
WUCF
right.
and get tickets to come see the show. To contribute to 2 great things at the same time.
Yes. So visit WUCF.org to make your donation or call 407-823-6400. Justin, it has been a treat to have you here.
It is such a pleasure. Anytime we get a chance to sit down and talk music and listen to great music and support an organization like WUCF celebrating its 45th birthday the same year that I am celebrating my 45th. I'm just saying, the synergy's fantastic.
Wow. And we're both so young still.
There you go.
So young.
So many good years ahead of us.
Thank you so much, and we'll see you at the show. And thank you for everything that you do for the community and all the wonderful music.
That feeling is mutual. We appreciate everything that you are doing in the community, and we love when people come out and support the people right here from our hometown doing great things.
All right. We'll give you one more little tease of music that you'll hear in the show next week. Big Hits from the Box Office. If you want to look at everything that CFC Arts has to offer, visit their website, cfcarts.com.